Colleague Sandra Rodriguez with a breakdown of today's events in the courtroom. Jane?
Shari, again, like you said, several witnesses took the stand, including Curtis Wayne Wright, the best friend of Mark Sievers, who testified for the state last week. He was for the state on the stand for about 2 to 3 hours. Today, he was on the stand for the defense, taking about half an hour. And we'll talk more about his actual testimony involving text messages between Wright and Mark Sievers. In the meantime, let's talk about some of the evidence and other issues that were happening today, Sandra, along the sidelines that kind of distracted from the defense presenting its case.
Exactly, Jane. One of those issues was the defense wanted to submit for evidence a video that documents the moment that Taylor Showmaker led detectives to that jumpsuit that was recovered in the roadway in Missouri. The state objected, saying that the video does not contradict the statements already made by the detectives and Showmaker, so therefore it was not necessary for the jury to see it. But the defense argued that it was beneficial for the jury to see what type of environment that jumpsuit was recovered in. The judge ultimately sustained the objection, and the jury did not get to see that video.
Okay, so, and then another issue with a juror. What happened there? Not paying attention.
So another juror came in, alerted the bailiff, said that he had noticed that one of the other jurors was having a hard time paying attention. Now, that juror in question was brought in for questioning. The judge asked him if he was having issues hearing. The juror said that he was having some issues with his hearing aid, but he was still able to pay attention and listen to all the evidence being presented in court. So the court proceeded as normally.
And this is one of the same jurors that we had heard about a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. It's the same juror who found doodles in his notepad, as well as the juror who was supposedly falling asleep while doing jury service.
All right, a little bit of a character there. A new witness that we have not heard from was a friend of Teresa Sievers and their estate planning attorney.
Exactly. Her name is Monica Lyons, and she took the stand. She talked about the trust that she drafted for Teresa Sievers, which was funded with a $2.5 million life insurance policy. But she also talked about Teresa having more insurance policies that totaled over $4 million. She also talked about drafting the same type of trust for Mark Sievers and broke down how trusts work and how even if you're a beneficiary, you can't just get the money. There are regulations that you need to follow. But she did say that Teresa was worth a lot more than what the policies that she had. Right. And she gave a very emotional testimony when talking about that. Take a listen.
Teresa was one of the most dynamic people I had ever met in my entire life, working and knowing entrepreneurs and knowing amazing people who do charitable works around the world. People that she needed more life insurance.
And why did she say she needed more life insurance?
She said that she really saw a lot of potential in Teresa Sievers and knew that Teresa Sievers' medical practice was expanding, and therefore she really believed that Teresa needed more life insurance policy.
All right, Teresa Sievers was a rising star in the community and having her own show as well. So,
exactly.
Compelling and emotional testimony from her friend and also their estate planning attorney. Okay, thank you, Sandra. Coming up at 6:30, our legal expert, Dr. Pamela C., will speak on these text messages. How important were they between Curtis Wayne Wright and Mark Sievers? And did it help the defense? That's coming up at 6:30. In the meantime, Fox 4 is your home for all coverage in the Mark Sievers trial. This is years in the making. You can go to fox4now.com or find us on the Fox 4 app, as well as streaming the trial day to day. That's on the Facebook page and on the app and on Twitter with live feeds. A lot of social media support out there. Right now, we are live in downtown Fort Myers. For Sandra Rodriguez, I'm Jan Monreal, Fox 4 in your corner.